What's the first thing you do when you get out of bed in the morning? If you're anything like me, the first thing that you do is turn off your alarm, maybe yell a couple words, and check what happened on your social media streams. Then after you're conscious enough to think, you get out of bed, brush your teeth, eat breakfast, get changed. Something like that. The fact is, all of these things are habits. In fact, your whole day is probably just made up of a collection of habits. I've developed a new habit recently. It's called not eating sugar. Whenever I tell people this, they look at me like I'm crazy, as if I'm some sort of superhuman freak of nature. They come to me with questions like, I wish I could do that, or how do you do that, or things. I don't think I could ever cut out sugar. But I have breaking news for you. I'm a normal person just like you. All I've done is taken the time to learn and dissect how habits are formed and applied that to my daily life. Through my research, I've learned how to build or break any habit that comes my way, and that's what I'll be teaching you today. The fundamental principles behind every habit is identical. There's a trigger, a routine, and a reward. Let's say you get a phone call and you don't pick it up. Why not? Perhaps you didn't hear the phone ring. Or perhaps you were cooking lunch and you weren't able to pick it up. Or perhaps you looked at the phone and it was the same guy trying to sell you car insurance, so you didn't pick it up. In each of these cases, it addresses a different characteristic of the habit. If you were in another room and you didn't hear a ring, that's a problem with the trigger. You didn't hear a ring, so you couldn't pick it up. If you were maybe cooking while the phone rang, you weren't able to pick up the phone, which puts you in a place where you're unable to pick up the phone. Or in the instance of it's a telemarketer and you didn't want to pick it up because picking it up would have a negative effect on how you feel. Simple enough, right? But understanding this simple concept is all it takes to building or breaking any habit that you can think of. It's the reason why you haven't been able to lose those 10 pounds or clean your kitchen or go to the gym. So now the question becomes, how do I structure and use this understanding to build habits? It's easy to say that you're going to make a change in your life. 95% of people do this. 95% of people make a habit and all they do is talk about it. Wrong approach. You've messed up already. But few people actually sit down and create a system where they will be able to achieve their goal. Everyone makes New Year's resolutions, but by February, most people have already given up on them. Why? Because they haven't created systems that'll help them build these habits. Let's say that your New Year's resolution is to read more. Okay? Instead of simply setting a goal as, I'm going to read more, you should set it as something specific. Like, I'm going to read a chapter out of this book every time I get out of the shower. Notice what I'm doing here. I created a trigger based on a habit that already exists. And I've built it in such a way where it's quantifiable so I know what my routine is. In this case, one chapter. In fact, the easier the routine is to do, the more likely you're going to be able to build this habit. For example, if you set a goal to do 100 push-ups after you finish eating, it's not going to work. Why? Because the routine will provide you a lot of pain, which is a negative reward. So with that, let me give you the formula for how to build any habit that you want. First, identify a trigger. Whether it be a daily alarm, a habit that already exists, or something else, set up something that will regularly remind you to perform the routine. Next, step 2 is to define the routine. The clearer, the simpler, the better. And then step 3 is to identify the reward. This will help you figure out why you are performing the routine. What is your reward? I've used this exact system over the past couple of years to create workout schedules, reading schedules, writing schedules, diets, etc., etc. It's helped me pull through the tough times where I haven't felt motivated to do those things, but somehow I've still been able to do them because I built that habit. By creating habits, I have done way more than I thought I could possibly accomplish. As Ramit Sethi says, losers create goals. Winners have systems. Think about that next time you get out of bed.